Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to review this. What is this? Looks like a potato of some kind. Strange, clear potato. This is a stocking. Like a woman's, well, here, little knee highs. Why do I have a stocking? Because I have it filled with humidor beads. This video is for all the cigar people out there, and if you have any interest in cigars, whether you're starting to get into it or whether you've been, smoking them, enjoying them for 30 years or more. Doesn't really make a difference, but I found the perfect solution to maintaining a constant 70% humidity, about 68 to 70, 71, somewhere around there. The ideal humidity percentage in your humidors, and that is right here. Humidor beads. You can see where I got these, cheaphumidors.com. I'm gonna have a separate video. I noticed they changed their YouTube page, so they have a new one now. Actually, I'll put the link in the description box, but I'll make a separate video on it. But this is what's left of this bag. You can see I filled a stocking. We'll talk about why in a little bit. These are half-pound bags. They're like $16.99, and right now they're running a special, buy one, get two free. So you get 1.5 pounds of these things. Now each half-pound bag is enough beads to humidify and maintain a 2.5 square foot area, okay? That's big. More than less, your humidors on average about maybe 100 cigars. Maybe if you're really into it, you got a big humidor, 400 cigar humidor. For 17 bucks, getting 3 of these bags, you're set. And the coolest thing about these is they last for life. They're good forever. They don't dry up. I mean, when they dry up, you spritz them with some more distilled water and stuff like that, but they don't ever go away. They will work longer than you will work as a person. So for 18 bucks, it's an investment. It's an awesome investment. These were highly recommended by Brian Glenn. That's what kind of turned me on to this. He's a YouTuber. He does cigar obsession. He does a lot of different cigar reviews and stuff. If you're into cigars, I'm sure you've seen him before, heard of him before. But he had mentioned these, and it kind of sparked the interest in them. I saw the deal on cheaphumidors.com, and I wanted to check it out. Now, I took his advice, Brian's, and I put them in the knee high. This works perfectly. Okay, basically all you do is you take a little stocking. Got these at the dollar store, got 2 pairs of them, so I basically have 4 feet is what I want, okay, for $1. So you're not gonna be in the hole for that. Basically, I filled the stocking up, mushed it all to the bottom of the foot, cut it off cleanly, tie it up real tight, and then cut off the excess tag. So now I have basically a ball. Now the purpose of this is that obviously the stocking itself, when stretched out, it'll allow all that moisture to go through. It's like a fine screen, a cheap fine screen. Okay, it keeps all of them together so they're not loose, making a mess or anything. It's very contained and easy, but portable. You can grab it, it actually kind of mush into whatever space you want. Center divider on the bottom part, okay, and it circulates throughout the whole humidifier, or excuse me, the whole humidor, and I kind of mush this long ways, so it's kind of pliable. You can mold it, make it any shape you want, so it's absolutely perfect like this. Now all you have to do is when you initially have these, you want to soak about 3/4, roughly 75% of the beads. Now when you get them, they're kind of opaque, and it's hard to see here, but I have 2 of them for comparison, to give you a close-up shot of these individually. If my camera will focus in. And they're not perfectly round, they're not really beads, and I dropped one because they're small, but they're kind of opaque, all right? When you soak these, they will be clear, okay, when they absorb the water. Come on, focus back in, there we go. So you want to soak about 3/4 of them or so. You put them in a dish or a bowl or whatever, and then you drain all the excess water off. You put them in your stocking, tie it up, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, when you first soak these, you want to put it on like a paper towel or a regular towel. You don't want it to be physically dripping wet. If you put it on a paper towel and leave it there for a minute or 2 and lift it up and you see water, or any kind of moisture on that towel, it's not ready to go into your humidor yet. That's too moist. Just keep doing this until it's basically dry to the touch. You throw this into your humidor, and that's it. You leave it, and it's going to regulate probably within about maybe 6 to 8 hours or so. It's going to bring the humidity level up. The coolest thing about these beads is that, unlike a lot of different humidifiers, and I'll talk about this one specifically because this is more than likely the most common one you're ever going to find in any kind of humidor, or if you're just going to a smoke shop or something or an online retailer to buy them. We'll talk about that more in a second, and why this is so much better than this. These work, they're fine. The problem with this is that they're hard to regulate, and you can over humidify your humidor and you know, have mold issues, all kinds of problems. With this, you have no issues at all. This gives off, once they absorb all that moisture, it gives off the humidity, okay? Because your humidor is sealed. So the moisture has nowhere to go. So it kind of just circulates around in the air and you have a humid environment, right? The best thing about these beads is that they don't just give off that humidity and moisture, they actually take it in. These are specifically designed to be about a 70% humidity. All right, these were originally invented and used in agriculture. It's also used in different kinds of farming and plant growing, stuff like that. It's a soil additive to keep the soil rich, you know, for growing seasons in very arid, dry areas. That's what its original intent was, but obviously someone along the lines got really smart about it and realized it'd be great for cigar humidors. It's absolutely perfect. I can't stress how awesome this is. I keep a sack about this big, and this is actually even a little much for my 100 count humidor that I have this one in, but you can't really overdo it with this. All right, so now you know a little bit more about the humidor beads, which are absolutely ideal and perfect for keeping humidity in your humidor. Let's talk about this thing. You probably already have one in your humidor. Basically what you're supposed to do with this is you fill it with distilled water. By the way, all the water you're using for your humidifying products, whatever you may have, has to be distilled. And there's two reasons for that. Distilled water is basically liquid steam. That's all it is. It's purified. You distill or boil a water source, and then you collect the steam. So there's the least amount of minerals in it. There's no chemicals in this at all. Okay, this is important because if you use tap water, most of our tap water out there is treated with chlorine and all kinds of chemicals. Okay, and when concentrated in your humidor, your cigars may pick up that flavor. Okay, even if you're using spring water or something, you just want to stay clear of it. Distilled water is where it's at. It's 80 cents usually for a gallon. You have no problem finding it. They sell it everywhere. If you can't find it at your grocery store. With the regular drinking water, look in your cleaning section. A lot of times because you want to use distilled water in your irons. Okay, but anyway, what we have here is a standard humidifier. Basically, it's just a plastic case. Okay, you have a plastic kind of divider on the front, and then you have a mesh screen. Now what's in this, if you're coming close, is a green foam. Coming really close. You kind of see that, pick up that green color behind the screen there? If you take this apart, you'll see that it's just a very dense green foam. This is the exact same foam, okay, in your mother's or your wife's or your daughter's, depending on how old you are, in your houseplants. If you have any kind of arrangement, if you went out for Valentine's Day and bought your wife a bunch of flowers, guess what? All those flowers were stuck into a piece of green foam. This green foam, it's florist foam, okay? And it's extremely, extremely absorbent, and it retains that water. That's why it's used for different arrangements, for flower arrangements. You stick them in there, they hold their shape, and it retains that water for a long time, keeping those flowers nice and fresh. It's literally the exact same stuff, okay? And it's actually really good. It does its job well. The problem is that when you get this wet, this will give off humidity. It will continue to give off humidity. Nothing is going to tell this to stop. And you can easily over humidify your humidor. So it could be a little bit sketchy. And some people, they get these things, they don't really know how to use them. Even if you do know how to use them, you have to maintain it. Something like this, okay, you throw in there and you leave it, that's it. Every now and then, I'd say maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, you want to open your humidor just to let your cigars breathe. It's just a good thing. But with these beads, you don't have to worry about it because it does actually absorb that humidity once it gets to that 70%. So it's very ideal for a humidor. Absolutely perfect. I really love it. I really can't say enough about it. It's been working out perfectly. Now, in addition to this, I will also recommend a digital hygrometer. I have a manual one, and it's not very accurate. You can calibrate them and stuff, but there's nothing like digital, and that's actually going to give you a readout of your true humidity levels in your humidor. All right, so you can look forward to a future video on that, but for now, I'm telling you, this is where it's at. If you have a humidor at home, and you've always had problems with your cigars being too dry, or too moist, or it's just not consistent, this is your answer. This is the solution. I'm telling you, there's nothing better on the market. Let's say you stumble across this video and you have no interest in cigars whatsoever. Well, a total different use for this stuff is to mix in with your potting soil to retain moisture in your soil. Okay, it's a great additive. It's fantastic. So Anyway, I thought I'd tell you about this because occasionally I will get messages about humidor questions. People want me to do a video on seasoning a humidor. It's really, really simple. There's already plenty of information out there. If you still keep asking in messages and comments and stuff like that, I will eventually do a video showing how to season a humidor, but it's very, very simple. I will be reviewing a new humidor in the future, actually probably multiple humidors, and I'm going to be giving one away. So because the interest is there, I may do a video showing it anyway. But regardless, check these out. These are the humidor beads. You don't need to know anything about keeping a humidor or any experience to be able to use these. Whereas this takes a little bit of finesse. So I think it's the perfect solution. So anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate your time as always, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.